So Half-Life is a PC first-person shooter game. Came out in 1998 for the PC. The game was made by a company called Valve, and they used a very highly modified version of the Quake engine to run this game. The game got really good reception. Basically won every Game of the Year award you can name. I think it won 50 different Game of the Year awards for 1998, 1999. Just a outstanding game for the time. And shortly after its release, they already started talking about making a Dreamcast version. And there was actually a lot of hype behind the Dreamcast version. Even the PC guys were actually really excited about the Dreamcast version, because in the Dreamcast version, early screenshots showed that they were going to actually enhance a lot of the models. Some of the characters had, for example, their ties and their name tags on the original was just a texture part of their shirt, whereas on the Dreamcast version they were going to make separate objects so the name tag could move around separately. Just a lot of little details like that they were going to kind of upgrade the models with. And the PC guys knew that once that happened, then they would probably be porting that version back to the PC as either like a special edition or upgraded edition or a mod or whatever. Not only that, there was also a bunch of levels made for the Dreamcast version called Blue Shift expansion. That was actually made for the Dreamcast and later released for the PC as the Blue Shift expansion for Half-Life. So not only did the PC guys get the hopes of more advanced models for their characters, they got a whole bunch of extra levels because of the Dreamcast version. So 2000 comes around, late 2000, and the reviews for the Dreamcast version of Half-Life start coming out. People are playing playable demos. There's a lot of screenshots coming out. The hype's really building up for this one. Keeps getting pushed back. I'd say about mid-2001 comes along and it's cancelled. This game never saw the shelves. Never saw store shelves. It was basically completed, and it's now available to download. So I'm not sure how that got out. I'm guessing officially the people who made it maybe put it out there. So you can actually download the fully playable version of Half-Life for the Dreamcast, even though it was never released. And here it is. Let's check it out. So here it is, self-bootable CD. Of course it's a Dreamcast, so you don't need any mod chip or anything to run the burnt software. Put her in and turn her on. So here you can see the Half-Life screen. I'm just going to load a game so we don't have to go through that long intro. This game does take up like 41 blocks to save. And here's an idea of the loading time. The loading times are really the biggest downfall of this game. They're not too bad, but they're frequent. I mean, it's not like it loads the level and then you play the level. I mean, it loads every few minutes or so. Just like during the level, you'll be walking down a hall and it'll have to load the next area. So here it is. As you can see, it's very fast, it's smooth. I mean, graphically they did a good job.
To the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions.
Graphics are a little dated now, but this game, like I said, for the time, was pretty amazing. The characters I remember at the time looking really good.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And potentially the most unstable.
Now, if you follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Ah, yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
So here we start off. If you've ever played Half-Life, it's kind of like these scientists doing these experiments, kind of create like a hole to another universe, and of course all these monsters come through. It's a pretty scary game. I remember the first time I played it. Playing it at night would be a little iffy.
Oh yeah, Gordon, get away from the beast. Shutting down. Attempting shutdown. It's not shutting down. It's not.
So here you can see shit starts falling apart, and we're about to get a glimpse at like another world. And there you go. That's pretty creepy looking place there. So now everything's falling apart, and there's the monsters everywhere. You start off with no weapon for quite a while in this game. Kind of builds up the drama until you finally get a gun. Another interesting fact is that the Dreamcast keyboard and mouse will work in this game. They also work in, I believe, Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament. So that's a neat option. You can even buy the adapter and a PS2 keyboard and mouse. Any computer keyboard and mouse will work in this game as well. So like I said, graphically it's really good. I mean, it runs smooth, it runs fast. I've cut out all the load times, so you're not going to see any load times, but you have to remember that every 5 rooms or so, every so often walking around, that load screen does come up, and it does take a good 20-30 seconds load time every couple minutes. And that's like I said, really the only problem, if you want to call it a problem. That's the biggest problem with this game.
Glad to see you. What the hell are these things? And why are they wearing science team uniforms? That's one less horror.
I remember when this game came out, back in like 1998, and it was like the game that everyone wanted their computer with hardware. I mean, it was like the crisis of the day. It's like you had to go out and buy a new video card because you wanted to play this game in hardware mode, direct 3D, or I guess it would be OpenGL actually, in the Quake engine. So. Yeah, you wanted a video card that would run OpenGL good, just to play this game. So I mean, there you go. You got a good idea of the game now. As you can see, it runs really good. 2000, early 2001. I mean, the Dreamcast was still fairly popular. you know, it wasn't out the door yet, so it is a wonder this game never did come out. So this is probably the first time you've seen it, and I'm out of here.